Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Easy Chat English podcast. I'm your host, Amelia, and with me today is my lovely co-host, Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something we all deal with every day, our daily routine. Whether you're a morning person or a night owl, having a routine is really important, right?
Absolutely. A routine helps us stay organized and productive. It keeps our day on track and makes sure we have time for everything we need to do. So today, we're going to talk about our routines, what works for us, and maybe what doesn't.
Yeah, and we'll share some tips on how you can improve your routine too. Hopefully, by the end of the episode, you'll have some ideas to build your own productive daily habits.
Exactly. So let's get started. But first, let me ask you, Ethan, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Oh, I'm definitely not a morning person. Waking up is a struggle for me, but I've managed to set a routine that works. My alarm clock goes off at 6:30, and even though I hit the snooze button a couple of times, I make sure I'm out of bed by 7.
Snooze button, huh? I think we all have that problem sometimes. For me, I actually like waking up early. I find that if I can rise and shine around 6 a.m., I feel more energized for the rest of the day. The first thing I do is head to the kitchen and have a light breakfast, usually some fruit or toast.
Oh, that sounds nice. For me, I need my coffee first. I don't feel awake until I've had my cup of coffee. After that, I freshen up and get ready for work.
I think that's pretty common. Coffee is like the magic ingredient for so many people. After breakfast, I like to do some light exercise. It's part of my morning routine that helps me stay focused during the day.
Yeah, I've been trying to add a little exercise to my mornings too. Even just a 10-minute stretch can make a big difference.
Definitely. It sets a positive tone for the day. So, listeners, what about you? What's the first thing you do in the morning? Are you a morning person or a night owl like Ethan? Think about it.
Now let's talk about our work routines. My day usually starts at 9 a.m. I sit down at my desk with my to-do list and I try to prioritize the most important tasks first.
I do the same. To-do lists really help me stay on track, especially when I have a lot of meetings or deadlines. I find it useful to break my day into chunks of time and focus on one task at a time.
Yeah, I agree. Multitasking can be overwhelming. I also try to avoid procrastination. It's easy to get distracted, especially if I'm working from home.
Oh, definitely. Procrastination is the enemy of productivity. I set small goals throughout the day, like finishing a report by lunchtime or answering emails before my afternoon break.
That's a good strategy. And speaking of breaks, do you find it helpful to take regular breaks during work?
Absolutely. Short breaks keep me from burning out. I usually take a break every couple of hours to stretch, get some fresh air, or just grab a snack.
Same here. Around noon, I take a break for lunch. If I'm at the office, I'll sometimes grab something from a nearby cafe, but when I'm home, I like to cook a quick meal.
That sounds great. I usually try to eat something healthy like a salad or soup. It helps me avoid that afternoon slump. What about you? Do you feel that midday slump after lunch?
Oh yes, especially if I've had a heavy meal. But I find that taking a walk after lunch helps me recharge. It refreshes my mind and I'm ready to get back to work.
That's a great idea. Even just standing up and moving around can boost your energy. Listeners, don't forget to give yourselves a little break during the day. It really helps. So, we've talked about morning and work routines. Now let's move on to the evening routine. What do you do to wind down after a long day?
For me, the evenings are all about relaxing. After dinner, I like to unwind by watching a show or reading a book. Sometimes I'll even do a little bit of yoga to help me relax before bed.
That sounds so peaceful. I'm the same way. I love reading before bed. After dinner, I spend some time catching up on emails or doing light tasks. But I make sure to disconnect from work by 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's important to have a clear cutoff between work and personal time. Otherwise, you're thinking about work all night.
Exactly. In the evening, I also try to prepare for the next day. I might set out clothes for the morning or plan my schedule. It helps me stay organized and feel more prepared.
I totally agree. And then there's the bedtime routine. I usually start getting ready for bed around 10 p.m. I'll brush my teeth, do my skincare routine, and then it's lights out by 11.
You're so organized. My bedtime routine is similar. I avoid looking at screens at least 30 minutes before bed because I've noticed it really affects my sleep quality.
Oh, that's a great tip. I also try to read instead of scrolling through my phone. It helps me settle down and get a good night's sleep.
You're so organized. My bedtime routine is similar. I avoid looking at screens at least 30 minutes before bed because I've noticed it really affects my sleep quality.
Definitely. And listeners, how about you? What do you do before bed to help you relax and get ready for sleep?
Now that we've shared our routines, let's talk about how to build a good daily routine. I think the key is consistency, doing something regularly until it becomes a habit.
Exactly. And it's important to find balance. You don't want to be too strict with yourself, but having a structure helps. Start with small changes like waking up 15 minutes earlier or making time for a quick walk during your break.
Right. Setting realistic goals is important. Don't try to change everything all at once. Focus on one thing at a time.
And be kind to yourself. If you slip up, it's okay. Just get back on track the next day.
That's all for today's episode. We hope you found our discussion about daily routines helpful. Remember, routines are personal. What works for one person might not work for another. So find what fits your life best.
Yes, and take it one step at a time. Small improvements can lead to big changes. Thanks for joining us today.
Don't forget to follow us on social media and share your daily routine with us. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time, take care and stay productive.